All right, good morning, Illuvium community. How are we doing today? Good to see us. We've had a little bit of a quieter weekend, so didn't get to see me as often compared to last week. 5 days in a row. I've got a couple of days to rest my voice, but of course, we had a fantastic time, of course, with that Illuvium Pro League final call. That just happened. We have all of our contenders now for the World Championship, and that is extremely exciting. On Wednesday's stream, I think I'll try to do a little bit more of a deep dive into what we can expect from that. But we got a absolute packed stream here today. Lots of stuff to do. I'll go over all of that in a second. But of course, welcome. If you happen to be new here, my name's Silent. I have been casting since StarCraft 2, or casting or doing commentary rather. I have been doing commentary since 2010 on the release of StarCraft 2. I had a very long stint, probably about 7 years or so, with a college esports team after that, doing broadcasts for that, probably one of the top college teams in the world, in a multitude of different esports. Eventually left that, and now I am here doing content. Majority, at least over the last couple of months, has been essentially all in on Illuvium, because I've been having an absolute great time. I've seen me every once in a while here, or quite often on the Illuvium Pro League. But whether you're a returning face or brand new, absolutely welcome, and I'm happy to have you here. Regardless of which platform you happen to be on, I do have chat windows open, whether it be X, Twitch, or YouTube. I can see you all, and I'll absolutely take questions or comments and just have conversations live here. As much as I try to have things structured, at the same time, I love to be able to talk to all of you. So the game plan for today. Slight adjustment there. The game plan. So we're going to start things off. Last week, I got my 2 Axodon blueprints through my 0-point transducers from Illuvium 0, which means I can now make the Axodon skin set. So the suit, and I have a drone for it. Which drone do I have again? I believe it is the Mozart. I have the Mozart. So the plan here today is to try and hop into the Illuvium overworld while it is still here and snag a couple more Axodons so I can make those 2 skins here today, alongside just catching whatever else could be rather interesting out there in the overworld. Make every run count, probably do that for about an hour. I'll hop into some Illuvium Arena ranked shortly after that. Of course, still a new patch. I want to get my hands on it a little bit more. It was exciting to watch during the Final Call tournament. I want to rank up a little bit myself. And then wrapping things up will be the Illuvium 0 cooldown lap, where we're just going to chill while I basically do my Illuvium 0 daily tasks. But I did make sure to have all of my scanners, all of my research facilities going full blast to see if maybe we can finish our Tier 3 Biodata collection. I'm still waiting on 3 more. I need the Monarch, the Blotto, and Vermiliere still. If I can manage to find one of those, that would be absolutely epic. Without further ado, we'll get into our first thing here for today, which of course is going to be our Axodon hunt here on the Illuvium 0, or not Illuvium 0, Illuvium Overworld side of things. I think I've already got that situated, so we don't have to wait too long. And I need to see exactly how much I have in terms of my Axodons currently. Hop into skins. Oh, I can make our Chilean. One of these days, one of the things I'm going to be doing, I was going to talk about it in 0, but I'll touch on it now. One thing I want to do, I think, by the end of December, is I want to have a stream where I just have all of my blueprints from all the 0-point transducers, and I just want to go on a mass skin making spree. Try and see how many I can make all at once. Now it says I can make them and I have Axodons available. I may not have to catch as many as I thought, but the thing is, 2 of my Axodons actually happen to be hollow. And then 2 of them I actually don't necessarily want to get rid of because they're my currently best statted ones. So I either need to go out and find some more weaker Axodons, or I need some more powerful ones to replace my currently strongest ones. Because I'm not getting rid of a hollow. No chance. Shard check. I gotta make sure that I'm good on capture material before we hop on through. Looks like I've already... Oh, I've got plenty of tier 2s. Of course, Axodon being a tier 1 makes this nice and easy. We can hop on in to a stage 1 run. I think since we're going after Axodon, we want something with a lot of water chance, so I'm guessing Abyssal Basin would probably be the way to go. And then I've got an abundance of fuel just from burning fuel in the Illuvium 0 side of things. So I am set to go there. Of course, I'm not going to be completely fixated, though, on Axodon. I'm going to be looking around. I want to see what other kind of alluvials end up showing up. If we happen to find a tier 4 or tier 5, it's going to be dangerous because majority of my shards are not strong enough for a tier 4 or 5.
Am I still in one piece? Oh, good.
Okay, let's take a quick look and see what we got here. Axon, Axodon, there's one. Blue, Gardulo. Some of these other ones I might need for skins later on down the road, so I've got to think about that as well. Ripterus, that's kind of interesting. I'd like to maybe visit them. And then Axon. A Hollow Totofi. Gladly accept that. Seismic Quartz, not the one I'm looking for. Virtuous Lynx, I might have to go take a visit to as well. Revo, I'm okay. Don't need you for now, I don't think. Exalted Monkier, definitely interesting. Okay, so only the one Axodon this time. Let's get that one right away, get that one off the board. Then I'll feel better. Fly on through. At least since this one isn't hollow, as long as it's either weaker or stronger, does not matter. Just looking for bodies at this point. Pick that up nice and quick. Hey, you never know. Of course, with these runs, there's always the potential of maybe even something unexpected that wasn't on the map could be potentially in our battles that we could catch. One thing I did not check was the actual alluvials that I was using. So that could potentially be a small issue. Oh, actually, no, we should be okay. I remember there was that one point where I had a day or two where I was very, very fixated on leveling alluvials. So I was trying to grind these ones up a little bit. Doesn't look like that Axon's really even been touched, but I know this Greater Gorilla, for example. This is the one that when I fused that was almost perfect. So close, but still not bad. Still happy to have that one. And of course, Lord Lynx's. Let's get into the fray here. Thank you. You could jump in. You go. That should be actually maybe a little bit overkill. Of course, I want to have at least 2 shots at getting this thing. This should do nicely. Give my ranger a weapon of sorts. No, okay, I can be a tank. Do I have a suit worth 10? I do have a suit worth 10. And just do something like that, so I get 2 shots at that Axodon. I am notorious in the overworld for being way too greedy with my fights, so I'm trying to be very, very careful. Especially up against these higher tier alluvials, like you see, Axodon's actually doing a fantastic job of holding me off. This might not be good. Now that we can at least focus it down, though, we're alright. That's some absolute beast, but the gorilla will help finish it off. There we go. And see if we can scoop this thing up nice and quick. And just, of course, I always double check all the alluvial stats, just in case one of the little guys happens to be very, very strong. Heck, that Caribou's not even terrible. I mean, this Axodon has full damage, full health. Alright. And since I have 2 chances, I start off with the... Or no, I'm not even going to do that, actually. That's less than a chance. I know it's oversharding. Might be a bit of a waste, but I just want to secure it. Get it on the board. One thing I found very, very odd, if you noticed my... the shard collection I had there, I only have the 10 common shards, but I have like 80 tier 2, the uncommon ones. I find that I find the uncommon ones way more often than common nowadays. I don't want to take a shot at this Caradulo. Not this one. I think it was the other one. Yeah, let's take a shot with the common. If we get it, we get it. We don't, we don't. Excuse me. And we're gonna bring it home too. Alright. I'll take it. Not a bad little guy. Not perfect by any means, but it's probably better than what I had already. I definitely love collecting the creatures, and I love Overworld as a whole, but at the same time, I've not taken it super, super seriously in regards to finding heavily statted alluvials and leveled up them big time. Like, that Greater Gorilla was probably my first attempt at actually trying to make a good fusion. And to be fair, we got close. Okay, so with that one being picked up... What was that? So there was the Exalted Monk here, right there. There was a Riptorus, though, I think, somewhere, right? There is. Way up here. Just in case I need to zip back down here. Plop that down. Through. The mushroom. Here we go. Where is this guy? On the hill. There he is. The Riptorus skin is one I eventually do want to get. I just need to find the blueprints for it. I love the lime green of the Riptorus, so I do need to collect a few of these. With it being a tier 3, of course, though, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually find. Or actually capture. What do we got? Gorilla, Caribou, and then the Riptor itself. Okay. The team that I have, a little bit of a flaw is that I only have the one tank, so Axodon has to keep on coming on through here, alongside the suit and weapon of my ranger. Something like that. Maybe get floor links involved. This is how much? It's 55. Sci-fi hunting time. Yep, exactly, Zalith. How's it going? Looking for this Riptorus, which I can't really see the stats out of right now, but I see the full attack speed. That's what I like to see. I do not want to throw. I want to make sure I actually get this thing, but I would end up missing out. Do I trust my links to actually hit their shots? That's the thing, the Lynx is just so much credits to actually put onto the board. Yeah, we're going for an Axodon hunt. So I'm looking for a couple of Axodons so I can use them to make some skins for some blueprints that I have currently in the game. But at the same time, Axodons, of course, they're fully evolved alluvials. They're a little bit harder to find in the overworld. So I know that I'm not going to be able to find one every single time. So I'll also look around and see what else we happen to have in each of our runs. Which in this instance here, I saw a Riptorus that I would absolutely love to pick up. And then at the same time, also just hunting for alluvials with good stats. Like, say, maybe Caribou. No, this one's actually terrible. My goodness. Gorilla. Nope. No, thank you. Even the Riptorus is kind of mid, but I mean, at least it's got the attack speed. I just need one for the sake of skins. So, tier 3 Shard on a tier 3 Riptorus. Not in my favor. I think it was like a 30% chance to capture. And I really do not want to use a epic shard. I actually have 30 of these things, so maybe I'm not so upset if I do. Oh, no, I think I'm going to save it. It's too hard to find those. The first Axodon in Illuvium. Damn. Congratulations, then. Oh, that's really, really cool. Oh, we actually get the Riptorus anyway. There we go. Sorry if I punched the microphone, but my little scorpion friend shall join us here. Full attack speed, I'll gladly accept ya. No, that's awesome, Sally. That's awesome. So now with the Riptorus gone, there's maybe 2, 3 more alluvials that were on my radar. Thank ya. I think there's a hollow Tatofi somewhere. There it is. We'll go find the Tatofi. Jump into this big old plant. And go this way. Still have room for a couple more catches on my energy, so got 2,000 left to go. Pick that up. I am not going to pass up on this. Nice to get a rare one, too. I think I passed the Tatofi. I was going for my mark group and not the alluvial itself. There you are. Clean that up. Now, I have a couple of hollow Tatofis, but none of them have good stats, so I'd love for this one to actually be good. And, of course, they bring friends. What do we got? Axodon. Oh my, that Axodon. I might have to catch this thing. Almost 4? I mean, technically, if you include the move speed, that's like 4 perfect stats and then an almost perfect attack damage. I wish resistances was better, but damn, that Axodon was actually really good. Caribou's nothing to scoff, or nothing crazy. And then Tatofi, I mean, it's hollow. I'll probably try to throw a common shard at it anyway. Since I have a couple of... But that Axodon kind of took priority, given how good that thing looks, so... Tap on. Do something like this, I think. $40, so this would be 2. I want 2 attempts, right? I never gave my guy a weapon yet. This way I'll get 2 shots. And get my empaths a couple of experience points as well here. This is what I like, though. I came here for the Hollow Totofi, but I might be walking out of here with something completely different, because that Axodon actually looks pretty sick. In fact, I'll probably go for the Axodon first. And I am just going to use a tier 2 on it because I just have an abundance of it. Lock it down so I can just nicely go over to Totofi. That was a 93% chance, and it's going to jump out of here. My goodness. Unlucky, but we'll try it again here. Gonna end up letting that Hollow Totofi go. I do put more value onto hollows, but because I already have a couple of Hollow Totofis, I'm also more so interested in stats in that regard. So, we'll pick up Axodon here. We do secure it. 4 perfect stats if you include the movement speed not really being a factor. And then almost full attack damage. Only negative really is the resistances. Not bad. Got room for 2 more catches. Now I've got to choose what I want to go for here. There was a Virtuous Lynx that I would definitely love to pick up. I think I may have 1, because I evolved my other one. I think it's right here, right? There's a Virtuous Lynx. And then the other one is an Exalted Monkier, which I actually have a hollowed out version with actually pretty decent stats. So, we'll go for the Lynx here. What was that marker? Is that just... Oh, that's just me. Okay, there we go. Hop on over to the Lynx. There it is. Like, I still like this. I look forward. I look forward to when the MMO comes out for the nice change of pace, but even this, I do enjoy. But I am also doing it in short bursts. If I was somebody like heavily all-inning onto Overworld, I can definitely understand why it would get a little exhausting after a bit. But as somebody who just kind of hops in here and there, I can't complain. Let's see, this Atlas, full health, but that's it. Virtuous Lynx, full resistances. And the Archie's nothing to get too excited about, so we'll just fire off at the Lynx for the sake of collection, not for the sake of stats. See if I can line them up something like this. Okay, so into the Atlas, into the Lynx. Weapon for my Ranger. Suit for my Ranger. You go here. And heck, Grilla, you get in there as well. What's the Lynx again? It's 50, so this isn't too bad. Go for this. Yeah, they'll clean it up quite nicely. Let's pick up that Lynx. Yeah, finding this Lynx in particular, the Arcane Flora Lynx, easily one of my favorites, even though its stats are so disappointing. Just finding that hollow is so cool. I love it. Yeah, so I'm just going for the Lynx in this instance. Not a high chance to snag it, but I would love to be able to get it. And we're not going to get even into the drone on the first rip. Let's try it again. I'm not too disappointed if I don't, but again, would love to be able to pick it up. Alright, this one's at least going to stay in the drone for a little bit. Can we hang on? We are going to be able to get it, so there we go. Stats-wise, I mean, I like the fact that it has max resistances, but it's not going to probably see battle at all, but that's alright. One of the things that I was really looking forward to, and one of the goals for my Illuvium 0 that I'm going to be doing, I think after I get all of my Tier 1 combos done, so having a suit and a drone for every Tier 1 Illuvial, would next be to do it for the Lynxes, but I'm sad because I think as of right now you still can't actually make Lynx skins in the game, which is heartbreaking because they have some of the nicest ones in my opinion. But I want to at least have the Illuvials, I want to have the blueprints ready for the day that I can, because other than the Lynx, like the baby Lynx, other than the stage 1, I don't think you can do anything right now. And I don't think there was any priority of changing that, so it is what it is. Last on the docket here is going to be this Exalted Monkier. See if we can scoop that one up and then try and sneak in one more run here. I think in theory, just getting the one Axodon like I did right now would allow me to at least get one of the skins. I think I need one or two more though to get a second. Stats-wise, this Exalted Monkier is a little bit left to be desired. So this one's going to be just end up used for skins. Assuming that we do end up catching it. Something. This. $50, I need 55, so I'm just going to trade the weapon. We'll run with that. This will give me 2 shots, assuming I could take that Exalted Monkier down. And with Gorilla being in the background, it means it's a perfect line up there for the Lynx. We'll shred through this quite nicely. I probably used more Illuvials than I had to. Of course, this Arcane Hydra Lynx, much difference compared to my Flora Lynx. It may not be hollow, but finding this one with stats like this absolutely floored me when I first found it. One of my favorite Illuvials in my collection as of this moment. As of that. Yeah, the babies aren't much to be desired. It's what, 30-something? Let's try a weak one. Let's see if it works. And this Exalted Monkier is just going to end up being used for some skins. Got some blueprints in the pipeline I'd love to be able to use it for. It's going to break out of the first one, so we will use the number 2. Up my chances up to 87%. And then we'll be ready for a new run. There it is. Bring it on home. Again, not the best one. I have better, but that's alright. Still need just the bodies in this instance here. For the sake of timeliness, I'm not going to worry about diving through the purple puddles and getting my couple of extra shots in on some resources or something. I'm just going to sit back home. And hop into another run. I'll run back to the forge for a second, see if maybe I can make one of the drones. Do seem to have a little bit of a lag spike there. That was me, not you, so my apologies, but it seems to be back online. It was a quick one. But not a bad little find there. Not a bad run. Okay. So the Axodon suit, let's see. Right there, Axodon mantle. We can make this, let's see. So this one that I had caught that was pretty rough can go away. This one's kind of rough, this could go away. And then... let's probably get rid of one more. Or I can just be patient and try to find another one before I go for it. I'll be patient. Do another run here in Abyssal Basin. Of course, water types having a better chance of actually spawning is why I'm going here in particular. Do one more run. See if we can make a skin or two, hop over to Illuvium Ranked, play that for maybe 2-3 games. Now, if the games are a little bit faster, we can squeak some in.
This place is a challenge.
And then, of course, our Illuvium 0 cooldown lap after the fact. Sif 4 is showing up. Okay, I'll take a look at you. Point. Hollow Railu. Sweet. Stoic Lynx. Hollow Grilla. Salted Apon. Riptorus again? Got a few Illuvials. Really take a peek at another Hollow Grilla. But I'm looking for an Axodon. Another Exalted Monk here. Axon. Gyro even showing up. I am not going to... oh, even a Relentless Hydro Lynx. Arcane Lynx. That's the one I think I actually want. Another Relentless Hydro Lynx. This rock, I believe, is the one that gives you capture shards, so I always try to go for it when I see it. Even a Baby Riptor. Okay, so we're not getting an Axodon, but my god, we found everything else. Okay. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we'll go for the rock first. I want to make sure I at least collect that, because if I happen to get a higher rarity shard, I'll be very, very happy. Or at the very least, I just recharge my lower tier shards. And I can take a look at that Relentless Hydro Lynx there as well. I gotta check my sheet, actually. Do I even have a Relentless Hydro Lynx right now? I do have one. It says I have one. Let me see what their stats look like. Okay, so I just have the one. Okay, it's got all damage, but no tank. Okay. That might be a difference maker, then. In regards to whether I actually spend the energy to capture, because as you can see, there was so many things that I actually want to catch in this run, but I only have so much energy that I can actually use. Can't go over that way, so I gotta go around. I might be lost, actually. That does happen every once in a while to me here in this game. Get down this way. Sophie, no. Up and around a little bit more, maybe. Having a hard time visualizing where I'm going here. Let's back up and try to get a better view as to where I should be going. I don't usually get to this part of Abyssal Basin. Okay, so we're all the way up there. Let's turn right around. the high ground that I'm supposed to be going on to? That tunnel didn't go anywhere. I'll try not to take too much time with this. If I can't get to it, I'm just going to end up passing. Can I get up there? Yeah. I think I'm probably just missing something, but I don't want to waste too much time. We'll let the rock and we'll let the hydrolinks go because there's another one just down this way that I can go take a look at. Fun fact about me, that was probably extremely prevalent in that last couple of sections. I am not a fan of platformers. I lose my patience with them extremely quickly. That's why I didn't want to spend too much time trying to figure my way around that, especially if there's any sort of jumping around I had to do. Plus, I think there's nothing sillier than just watching me just slam my head up against a cliff trying to think of a pathway, which more than likely was just underneath me somewhere that I didn't notice. With this being the hydrolinks, it is going to hit like a truck. So let's make sure we're all tanked up here. Let's get Axon into the fight as well. Let's get our links in the corner. This is worth 60. 65. I don't think this is actually enough to get the job done. What are the stats on this thing? Oh, it's actually not even necessarily worth going for. So let's take a look at these other two. Air Blue, full health is kind of nice, but I think I have one that's better. I might just actually... I might just ignore it. There's too many things that I have to catch in this run. A little bit picky, and of course it's going to throw me back all the way to the start, but that's all right. Next thing that I want to charge down, I think, is Ryalu down in the corner. Unfortunate that we didn't get any Axodons in this run. So I want to be fast and get to the next run as fast as possible, but at the same time I want to make sure that the fuel burnt was actually, you know, worth using. Like Ryalu. I seem to be going to the Shadow Realm a little bit here. It's my green screen acting up. Oh, seems fine. It's a little black hole. Oh, there's even a little Riptor here. I need Riptor. For skins in particular, so if it doesn't have good stats, it's not the end of the world to me. But how about this hollow one? Hollow Ryalu? That's not bad, actually. Its attack damage is definitely a little bit, much to be desired, but for hollow, that's not terrible. At least for my collection. Okay, let's scoop these up. Hydrolinks should be able to seal this quite nicely. I can do something like that, have them go here, there. Archie is there for additional heals. I think we'll try it just like that. Line them up quite nicely there for the links. Chop right through. And even if they get to Archie, that's not going to be a problem. Cleaned up nicely. Okay, so the Caribou, again with the full health Caribous today. If it had a little bit more, I'd be a little bit more excited. level 2 shard onto the hollow. Pick this Railu up. I don't think I have one. According to my sheet, I do, but I'll still gladly accept it. There we are. Hollowed out Railu. Not terrible in terms of majority of their stats. Again, the one that really matters, though, the attack damage is a little rough. And then the Riptor, I would love to pick up here as well. 50-50 shot. We get it, we get it. We don't, we don't. It is what it is. Because I have some skins of Riptor I would absolutely love to make. We're not going to get it this time, but at least they didn't waste their time immediately breaching out of here. Like, screw you guys, I'm going home. Right back to the basin for you. Hey. Okay. The forest is nearby. But what was over here again? He's stoic. Vaulted. And then ripped. Actually. Oh, here. Let's go to Riptorus. Or not Riptorus. Let's go to Sepphoris. So I think I only have the one. I know one of my saddest moments so far here in Illuvium is I got greedy going up against a not perfect, but an almost perfect Sepphoris. And I got so greedy that I didn't kill it. So I couldn't capture it. The thing that hurt too is it was hollow. I was so sad. But I think I was trying to get 3 shots at capturing it, and I really bit myself badly there. Alright, Hera Blue. Nothing exciting. That Chuko's not too bad, actually, either. 3 stats good. Sepphoris. Move speed is maxed of all things. Sad thing is it's probably a better Sepphoris than the one I do have, so I think I will pick it up anyway. Line them up. Gorilla, go catch. And do something. This is for 50? I have too many alluvials then, I think. Do something like... Go! Yeah, the Ranger will fall, but the rest of my alluvials will be just fine. I'm debating on whether this Chuko's fuse-worthy. Let's pick up the Sepphoris first off, though. Because if I don't catch this on the first shot, then I'm not even going to bother with Chuko. Oh, we will pick it up on the first shot. Sepphoris is here. Max move speed of all things, but at least it has some decent health, attack. What's not? I'm gonna just throw a baby shard at this one. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. And then from here, we'll run over to the Riptorus. That was a little bit closer to the eastern side of the basin. And we are gonna bring Chuko home. All right. Cute little guy. Now, if I only have enough for one skin for Axodon, do I get the drone first or do I get the suit first? I already have the Atlas suit, which looked relatively similar. So I might just do the drone. Dove directly into a cliff like a boss. No worries, Revo. You can roam free here today. Not coming after you. Should be getting close in theory. That's the Exalted app on. That was something I wanted too. If the stats are good. I think I have a couple of those. If the stats are good, I'll snag it. If not, I'll just knock it out and move on. Really don't want to teleport back to the start if I don't have to. Yeah, that's extremely rough on all of these. Let's just knock them out real fast. There we go. This way I don't teleport back to the obelisk. And then I'll just let those ones go for now. Now we can go find Riptorus. Which is just a little bit further up. Almost flew right by it. Lock it down. There we go. Definitely forgot how long it actually takes to get full value from each of your overworld runs. About a half-hour run here. Looking like. A couple of friends, including a ghost friend. Careblue, no. Riptorus, no, no, no. Okay, so these are all just for skins in this instance again. But that is a-okay. Especially for Riptorus, I do need that. Go. Still got 2 shots at taking care of the Riptor. Cleaned up nicely. And where are you? There you are. Tier 3, Tier 3. Another case of if we get it, fantastic. If not, not the end of the world. This one, with low stats, it was just going to the skin gulag. And we're going to get it anyway, less than a 30% chance. There we go. I mean, this guy is a frail little skeleton, or frail little scorpion. But I mean, at least it stings hard. I think I have 2 more, assuming I don't shoot a rock or something. In terms of energy, there were a couple of hollow gorillas, if I do recall correctly. And a Stoic Lynx is nearby as well. I do want to check out the Stoic Lynx. I think I see it just over here. A big old shield on its face. Make no mistake, we'll pick this one up. think I've only got the one Stoic Lynx currently. While we load in, quickly going to fix that green screen. It's a little too powerful, it looks like. I keep looking over and seeing my neck with holes in it. There we go. That is a couple of Gorillas. Dive on through. This Lynx, not too bad either. Gorillas aren't terrible either, but I of course have that one good gorilla, so I don't need another. Let's get our tank down here. 1, 2, loaded up. This needs 50. You can do something simple like that. As my ranger goes down, in theory, Axodon should be there for backup. Not even needed. There we go. See if we can scoop them up with a tier 2. I don't want to use any more than a tier 2 on this one. If its stats were absolutely ridiculous, maybe I'd think otherwise. But even though it broke out, we'll just try again. Well, that didn't work out very well, now did it? Damn. That Lynx had other plans. They... No potential at even thinking about adventuring with me, are we? Well, that's okay. Run free. There's still plenty more that I can be catching here. Including, I think, right next door, a hollow gorilla is available. There we are. See if we can snag there. Hopefully walk away with our 2 alluvials nice and quick so we can start hopping into the arena. Gorilla to Tofi. Atlas is here as well. Let's see. This gorilla has max damage in terms of attack speed and attack damage. That's pretty cool. Not a terrible Atlas, but I do have better. Not a terrible Tofi, but I do have better. So, just gonna go for the hollowed out gorilla. Something like this. Line it up from the corner on over toward that. The Tofi to tank. Here to tank. And just let gorilla go nuts. There we go. Swipe on through nice and quickly. And we're golden. The ranger doesn't even die. Perfectly calculated, right? I'll throw the 2 at it just so we can move on. And there we go, hollowed out and has max attack damage and max attack speed. Not too shabby. I can only imagine how difficult it is to get a good alluvial with actual hollow status as well, let alone a dark hollow as well. Been playing this game for a while, and I've probably only come across 3 dark hollows. Wish I can go just collect that rock, but I have no idea where it actually is. One final one with... We check out the Exalted Monk here again. or the hollowed out atlas? I think I'll just go for the exalted monk here because it's less to travel. And what's this over here? It's just another lesser gorilla. We'll see what we can do with that monk here. All the way up to the top of this cliff, it looks like. Up and around the corner, there he is. Definitely looking forward to the MMO. Had I made that move in an MMO, that monkey would have punched me directly in the face. And given the fully evolved status, it probably should have one-shot me. The monkey would be one punch man. One-shot man. No, that's a different thing. Alright, who do we got here? So this gorilla, oh my god, is that ever cheeks? Everything else is kind of mad, but again, I still need this exalted monk here for the sake of skin making. So I will collect it, and then we'll get a slight move on. Move on over, like that, and go. Lynx should be able to tear through at least 2 of them nice and fast. That's what we do. The backup from the TNT is going to be good. And we'll clean up house. There we go. Yeah, that's closer to being a perfect 0 than it is to be something of use, but it's okay. Gonna break out of the one. Come on, monk here. Really didn't want to have to use a tier 2 shard, but let's do it. This time it's gonna stay in the drone. And we will get it. There we go. So all loaded up on Exalted Monk Ears, I think, for skins when the time comes. Because again, an idea that I do have in mind is once I start collecting a few more of these blueprints from my 0-point transducers, get them sent into my Illuvium wallets. I do want to make a stream of just creating skins, basically. So having these Illuvials of low stats will still have some sort of use for me. Heck, maybe we'll even give some out. If there's anybody who's been around for a while that still doesn't have a skin, or maybe a newcomer's joined in, maybe that's an idea that we can do. Especially for some of these, like, lower tiered ones. Have absolutely no issue giving stuff like that away. So let's make a drone skin at the very, very least here. Maybe I can do 2.
Arrived. Now, let's get to work.
Forge real quick. Forge, reboot the game. Here, home. Okay, so the Axodon Mozart is the one that I for sure want off the rip. So let's see. This one, this Axodon's weak. This one is as well. And then, between these two, I think I like this guy a little bit better. We'll chop out to this one. And in all reality, I essentially just need the one decent Axodon. Still definitely going to have to hunt for more in regards to getting stronger ones. But let's forge this. Send it off here in just a moment's time. That shall start processing. The Axodon is on the way. the Mozart skin right around the corner. And then we might have to come back to this because I only have 3 more Axodons left, and I don't want to get rid of everything that I have. How many of these Appons? Oh, I only have 3 as well. Yeah, I need to focus a little bit more in regards to collecting a couple of bodies here for some of these other skins that I have. And this one I already have. Does Riptor and Axodon just look so similar? That is incredibly similar. But there we go. I was hoping to kind of get 2 of them, but we still did manage to at least get the 1. Still a productive, happy day in my book. Now, personally, I always love hopping into Overworld. I definitely don't do it anywhere near as much as I wish I could. But this is where we're going next. We're going to be getting into the arena in just a moment's time. Gonna very, very quickly reboot the game here. Just as a precaution. Because I'm paranoid like that, not because of Illuvium, but I've done this with basically every single esports title I've ever played. Do 2 rounds of something, and then reboot. Which reminds me of the main culprit that kind of started this to begin with. Like watching a bunch of Twitch, I'm seeing, of course, it's November, so we're gonna see the new Call of Duty come out. And one of the most beautiful things about not having to work in college esports anymore is that I do not have to buy my own copy of Call of Duty ever again if I don't want to. Because I used to have to buy my own copy for work, and having to pay over 100 Canadian dollars for a game that I truly cannot stand most of the time, at least in terms of its UI, was absolutely painful. And it genuinely upsets me with how little the game changes, but then they just force you to spend $100 basically every single year for what could just be a gameplay update. Absolutely criminal in my opinion. Now, is my drone cooked? Yeah, there it is, the Axodon drone! There he is. Let's get a suit to match it. I've got the Atlas one at least, so it's pretty close. There we go, let's hop into battle. I am extremely close. Oh, everybody's here. Let's go. That was quick. I am extremely close also to completing the battle pass, or at least to me completing the battle pass, where as soon as I get the battle board, I consider it done. The bonus points multiplier, or whatever it is at the very end, is nice, but that isn't the end goal for me. Personally, it's all about the battle board, which we are right there for getting. And one thing I also did since this patch, I've been using the default skins because, like, look at this. This is beautiful. This is Halcyon Sea. And the board changing based off of what region it is, I think is such a cool change. Not gonna lie, had this been a thing from the begin with, I probably would not have purchased the Crimson Waste one that I use. I would have probably looked for something that doesn't show up in the default rotation, but it's a-okay. Not the end of the world. Links check. Which one do we get today? It's actually going to be the Virtuous Terror Link. In this lobby, we got Trippin', who's new to me. Muffin Man, it's been a little while, but I recognize them. Lost Hit Reg, Rage Fuel, Clickburn, Baby Glocks, all new to me. Sixes, though, I recognize from a while back. So here we go. Fusion Crate right off the rip. Because I don't necessarily know what I'm going with, it does make it a little bit awkward, but I usually like this one. Just do something like this, get the links involved. Did not position anywhere near as well, but Rage Fuel's actually already loaded up to level 4. So they'll knock me out anyway, more than likely. Any value that I can get in this battle is just bonus. All things considered, we're actually winning this one, it looks like. I mean, we'll take it. Sweet. Alright, I was not expecting to win that one. I'll leave the Valentes on the board. I do not care. Valentes and weapons. Okay, so... I do not want to play Rogue. Orcs, okay. Fire Boomerang's interesting. What is everybody else playing right now? That is a lot of fire off the rip, it looks like. So... we're gonna roll that. Oh, boy, okay. Either way, I'm kind of going up against Hyper, but we'll try Empath. So we'll quickly make that switch. I am a level down still. Atipo gonna end up tanking for a little while. Does it get its shield off? It does not, so any chance at winning that one is definitely gonna fall down the drain. So the one that I would be contesting somewhat in this instance then is going to end up being Baby Glock. They do have the Emberling Rod. They already have an Archie, but it's just the one Archie. Combat Rhythm is not a bad pick by any means. I think that's going to be the way to go. There is Archie. Let's go. 1, 2... I have faith that I can win here versus 2-6, so I'm going to assume I can get that 1 extra credit. Something like this. Missed the last part. That's okay. I might have been a little bit overconfident, to be completely frank with you. Hopefully these shields coming out here from my ranger are going to be enough to stay alive between the two fleches, and that plus the Atipo going to make things nice and clutch. That is way closer than it should have been. But we'll get it done anyway. So if Baby Glock is going for Scion in theory, I could kind of go for a wildfire focused build. But let me pick up Chuko just in case. Something like this. I am not confident here versus Muffin Man. But maybe we can get the job done still. I mean, we're on the verge of knocking a few of their Alluvials out. Can we get the Fleesh at least? Oh, it's going to live with 1. That's heartbreaking. It's going to get its laser. That will definitely be the difference maker. But by getting beaten on early, the beautiful thing about this new patch is that I'm basically already at max interest. We're going up against the Dokas. Let's see here. I'm going to add Kuka in here just for the 4th Empath, just to get some synergy. Whether they stick around, I'm not sure. But this will get us started at least for now. I do see something kind of crafty I can do if I have a Totofi, so I'll hang on to that. Scoop those up. Health augment, hollow stasis, yes please, we'll take you. Okay. With a Fur Knight now here, do something like this. Okay, Lynx actually just doesn't fit here anymore. Rocco, come join. Kinda want you to be in the front line, but not truly in the front line. Something like this. Not perfect by any means, but it's okay. I could have been another level had I been a little bit faster. Click burn already level 7 is kind of crazy. Fern did alright, but we'll end up falling. The level disadvantage was definitely a little bit too much to handle. I'm going to try to get a couple of levels here. I think level 7 would be a wise spot to be. This way, better my chances at finding Fern, better my chances at finding Hetty, and getting up to a Blotto, possibly. The Chuko is a bonus. I'm not going to roll for it by any means, but if we happen to get it, I am not going to be disappointed. Then with that level up, also makes things a little interesting. I use my credits to get down to here. If I bring not Gazatep, Winks involved, do something like this. Ranger goes here, you go here. Where is my final empath? Not in the right spot, but at least we get up to 7 empath. So we got shields for days. We get attack damage when shielded now as well, but my damage amplification coming out here from my Appon is going to be misplaced 100%. I should absolutely be leading with a Tipo or another tank. Getting Appon to its second or its middle evolution, getting it to greater Appon, could then give me Mystic, which would be a nice little power spike. But in regards to this fight right here, right now, I think the Emberling Rod is just going to destroy me. In rather brutal fashion, it looks like. Like, yes, Baby Glock has a Hetty, Muffin Man has a Hetty, but, like, nobody's got Kronk, so I'm not too concerned. Appon is here, and there is Uka. Do a slight rearrangement here. Along these lines. Trying to find the exact way I want to have this set up. So focused on positioning that I'm not actually capitalizing on my timing here. Did I just swap something out? The auto-click just screwed me a little bit there. I do not have 7 empath here for this fight. Definitely an irritating misclick, but we might be able to go through anyway. There's a lot of units here for Rage Fuel, but they are not very strong. My little wall here should be able to hold quite nicely, it looks like. And now that we're here at level 7, we can actually start searching for some alluvials. Let's fix my board first and foremost. So, shield and damage amp, yes please. Tuko will take you. Tatofi will take you. Yuri, I think, will take you as well. Who did I knock out? It was an Archie, I think, right? Yeah, there we go. So Archie fell. With this being the current setup, let's do something like this. Yuri can go on in through here. Link with my guy, so we got Enchanter. Do something like this. Can we search? There's a Hetty. That's one thing I'm looking for. Links, I think I've kind of missed my timing for. Let's sell that. There's Appon. That's a good find. Tatofi can go. The Fury is going to be taking your spot instead. Burn is here now. Level that one up. Links can go. And we'll pause for a minute. Nasty stun from the Mammoth, but we are hyper up against 6s here. And looking alright. Okay, so the plan now, Empath, Enchanter, Wildfire. It's what we're going to try and do here. The hyper suppression may not be a bad idea considering how much fire I'm seeing on the enemies. I think I'm going to end up snaking that. We are. Kuka, hello. There's one. We should have enough credits here. To improve the Enchanter buff, I could very well find a Gazatep. So if I happen to find any Winxes, maybe I snake that as well. I think the Chuko is maybe a little bit too much wishful thinking. So I'm going to cleanse them from the board. It's kind of an anti-synergy with what I got going on here. But once I find Hetty, maybe I'll level up one more time. Opposite crate. We get Wildfire already, it looks like. Let's do that. So who attacks stupid fast in this, or fires off their Omega very quickly? It's probably Fury, right? If I do this, do the True Sight variant, I'm still going to keep it on Fern. Make you a little bit tankier for now. I know it seems silly, but bear with me for a moment. There's Hetty. Okay. I don't wish to get rid of my Enchanter buff yet, so I'm going to use the rest of my interest onto leveling, creeping towards 8. I think in the next round I'll be able to find level 8. And we can roll from there. Some fire is going to be coming on through here in just a moment's time. Good stun there from Abon, taking a lot of them. If this Enchanter play doesn't work, I could very well just be going for Mystic. It might actually be the wiser play now that I think about it, because I can replace Kuka already. Or no, I needed Kuka here for the 7th Empath. Okay, so not quite. Yeah, we're gonna fall short, unfortunately. Just lost hits. Decent enough team, apparently. Furthest doing damage. Sure, that's fine. Kuka, come on through. There's the level. There's the Krunk. Do something like this, but we are going up against now a ramp fight. A little scary looking, not gonna lie. Here's an evolution. Keep myself at max in terms of interest. Trippin's also got a Fernite, which is a little bit irritating. Same thing with Lost, so trying to get a Fernite into a Blazonite is going to be very, very difficult. Ramp and ramp fight right in my face. This is going to be scary. Good shields coming on through right in the right moment. But because they had 2 of them, it might be still too problematic. It's a lot of damage coming out. Not a good start, but okay. Economy-wise, I mean, I'm still sitting pretty, but in terms of my target alluvials, both the Furiox and Fernite are both heavily contested. How do I get myself out of this one? Or tank the option, or maybe a foe? I think we link up and go Wildfire Mystic. That's the start anyway. Snag another Fury. And see if Mystic changes anything up and compared to Enchanter. The fact that I still just have a little bit of an just a little Archie compared to an Archos is definitely heartbreaking. And is front line really the problem here? It kind of looks like it. Yeah, front line is definitely the problem. Archie's finally going to evolve. I can actually replace Kuka now because I do have Ador. Okay. Eddie. Yeah, I can't even find a single Fernite now, so this is painful. I think I might just take a couple big bodies here and get ready to start leveling. Atlas would not be one that I would want to keep. Eddie, actually, let's stay. Oh, I should have sold the Kuka instead. Shoot. I'm all over the place here today. And Ramfight was somehow within range of hitting my Furiox. That one's going to hurt big time. I am getting my... just completely beaten on here in this game. My goodness. The one final effort here. Do I at least have an NPC round to breathe? I do. And getting a Scarabok is quite nice. I don't want the influx of coin, though, that the NPC round will provide. I know I said I wanted to get a couple of games in, but I did not think that falling out in 8th would be my way of speedrunning my way through here. There's a chance that my Ranger's shields actually are not reaching Furiox. I got attack speed increase. I see a lot of people pick that one up. Let's go here, do that. Okay, quickly we must go. Emergency button. Something like that. Let's level up. There is Gazatep, so we're still going to get one of our big guys, but still not necessarily a damage dealer. I do not like where my Ador has to sit. Panic ensues. Alliance online. You can go here. The panic rolls to finish off the game. All the way down to 12. I mean, level 9, we should in theory win this one. Can I maybe buy myself a couple of rounds here? Wildfire helping keep Crunk alive at least a little bit longer, but not for too long. We might be able to hold for at least one more round here. Finally gonna stop the bleeding. Maybe us getting that little bit more tank was exactly what we needed with Goliath showing up. And we're okay. That actually eliminated Baby Glock, so we do manage to live. At least not last. Damage amp or pure Omni Vamp? I'm gonna try to damage amp variant. I normally don't, but I want to kind of experiment and see how it works. Now we've got some ferns, but it might be a little case of too little, too late. Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah. Well, let's see. Can we hold up against Trippin? What are they going to be doing? It's Scion based. But, yeah, it's Tep over in the corner to deal with Sinolf. The Fur Knights too. Upon seeing that Trippin was so low and that they have a Fur Knight, I'm wishing and kicking myself that I didn't just spend my credits. Because if they do end up falling and then those Fur Knights go added back into the pool, would absolutely have loved to snag it. My chances are much, much weaker since I blew my credits. But the team's actually starting to work pretty nicely now. This is looking good. The shields are able to stop these invokers from really popping off, but Trippin does end up living. Clickburn does not, though. One of the players I was having a hard time dealing with. And I get to go up against Trippin again now. So here, guess up, you go back here. Because they actually get to see what I'm doing this time. We won it last time. See if we can maybe do that again. A slight change. Let's park the door a little bit further back. Something like this. And like, oh yeah, this is it, this is it, this is it, I'm done. And go right back to the side. Optimally, this works. Save the credits. So if we do happen to knock out Trippin, maybe we can find Blazonite. If we're lucky. That is 5 Scion, so my Gazatep's charm isn't actually going to do anything while they're casting, but I can at least slow them down a little bit when they're not casting. Ranger down. My carries are still here. Gazatep is also still here, so it's still manipulating that Sinolf beam. Shield's coming out at the perfect time. We will take out Trippin. And we have a little bit of credits in the board. Let's see if we can find them. Potentially a Titan or two. Oh, this is painful. This is the most painful spot to be in here in Illuvium, I swear to God. I have 2 Illuvials that I'm so close to finishing. I'm literally... Okay, and... No. There it is. My mindset there is for selling Scarabok instead was that nobody had Ferns or Fernites. But people did have Scaraboks. For a last chance roll, I feel like my probability would have been much higher to find Ferns instead. Is it going to matter anyway? It very well might not. We're kind of getting crushed here. It looks like nobody can stop this Jotan. The DPS is still alive at least. But this bear just keeps on healing. That stun just absolutely ruined me, it looks like. Oh, hang on. Oh my goodness, this actually worked out. It actually works out and we're still in the game. How many... Okay, there is still the one Furiox. Furioxes are still all over the place. I'm going to scoop it just in case and put it to the side. How much till next level? 50? 52? If there was a world where I could somehow find Railu and level up and get a another spot in here. Brawler crates. Let's go for the hexes. Energy crate. Shield with Omega power. You go there. You go there. You take this. Go here. I definitely do not have enough in terms of credits to level. There is Railu's there for Muffin Man. Going to take the risk and actually just hold, because right now I don't think there's anything technically that I can do rolling-wise to change anything. But if I want any potential at somehow winning this game, I'm going to need to be able to roll later. Or at least level up later. Can we survive a Fisto? We need those shields. We need them now, right at the right moment. Blazonite, can you interrupt maybe? I didn't see lightning come down. We might be holding for now. The only casualty is at this moment is my Atipo. But the front line is starting to fall now. A reset's coming up from Mephisto. Yeah, it's going to be too powerful here. Was worth a shot? But I tell you what, I'm not too disappointed, considering we were this close to falling out of here in last place, and we managed to get a podium. I am content with that. By unironically going for Wildfire, which I always joke about being probably one of the most terrible composites in the game in terms of being able to get good placements with it consistently. Oh, there we go. We take that. Sneak one more in. That was fun. Of course, I always tease Wildfire because the one team that I did actually way back in the day when Ascendant was a thing, when it was strictly a one-on-one arena battler, the team that I built was a dedicated Wildfire and Verdant team. Was it very good? No. But it has a special place in my heart. And one other thing that I'm just realizing, Battle Pass, we've successfully gotten to the battle board. That alongside the Ranger suit as well. But there we go, the big thing that I wanted, the big thing that I pushed for this Battle Pass for, is now ours. It's not going to show up yet into my selectables, but we have earned the Battle Pass board. The Nighttime Brightland Steps is ours. And that is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to throw it on when the time comes here. We'll play one more game here, of course, here in the Illuvium Arena, see if we can get ourselves another podium. Then we'll close out the day with our Illuvium Zero cooldown lap. Just chill and get our dailies done. Of course, I've got 5 scanners and 5 research labs for 4 of my plots fully loaded, ready to reveal. So I'm curious if maybe we can find some of our final Tier 3 biodata, and maybe find a couple more of our blueprint combos to add to our collection. That little lag spike I saw earlier scared me, but thankfully it looks like it was just a one and done, so we're golden there. And of course, shoutouts to everybody for hanging out so far here this morning or this evening. I hope you're having a fantastic day overall. The plans for the rest of the week here for myself. Tuesday, of course, I do take off because that is a video editing day for myself. I have so many projects that I want to do, but just have not quite gotten the opportunity to truly focus on. And one of the things I think I'm personally going to be changing for those on the YouTube side of things, for the last little bit, I think you've been getting subscriber notifications every single time I post a short. And part of me wants to turn that off and make it so that it just pings you when I actually upload a full completed video. I could just be overthinking things, but part of me wants to make that change. But then on Wednesday, we'll have another stream, of course, once again. As to what it'll be exactly, I'm not 100% sure. It's of course going to be Illuvium, but in terms of what I'm doing, we'll have to see. Maybe something similar to what we did today. Start off in the overworld and then hop into basically a little bit of everything. Could potentially be an option. Then, of course, the weekend. I mean, we're at the postseason now here for the Illuvium Pro League. with our World Championships, day one of it going to be this Saturday, and I believe this Sunday as well. And I'm pretty certain I'm scheduled to cast that, so you'll see me there on Illuvium's channel. Let's make my engine. That's something up like now. Lynx this time. What are you? You're a rogue Terra Lynx, eh? Alrighty. Couple new faces, couple I've probably played with here and there so far in this lobby. Crimson Wastes is the region, so 3 additional damage to those that are healthier than me. Which is alright, because I usually find myself at the bottom of the leaderboard to start things off anyway, so that is fine by me. It's just going to make my eventual comeback that much more epic. Right? Or I'm just going to get absolutely destroyed, but I mean, there's potential. Weapon-wise, I have myself set up here for a bulwark-centric style. It does not look like it is going to be contested. So fighters, I'm actually not wanting. Could try this again, or we can go for Earth Bulwark. Do we want to try Earth Bulwark? I think we're going to try it. Level on up here. Do an unconventional Aegis, maybe? This also could transition into what's been one of the more fun comps that I've been able to play over the last little bit, which is Arcanite Bloom, where you get yourself a Phosphorus and a Furiox, and then you use Aegis to buff the Phosphorus, or the Furiox, depending on what you need. We'll see how it goes here. The Bulwarks are doing a fantastic job so far here. We're able to take care of Soda Aimbot. Okay, so the Bloodthirst is definitely nice. Second Wind, not a bad pick. There's Combat Rhythm. I think just Combat Rhythm, I suppose, will be the way to go. Get Heady out here. And of course we'll pick up a Lynx. This, in theory, if I start leveling, I can get to 5 Bulwark extremely quickly. But I'm going to make sure that I can at least sustain my economy. So even though I can level up to 6 and probably start pushing, I do want to get to 70 as fast as possible. We might eat a little bit of damage here. But at least I'm not getting the bonus damage done to me from Crimson Wastes. Fickle Bite here actually had the same HP as me, so there's no bonus. Okay. With this, I can now do this. I technically have Mud Harbinger now. The Mud's not going to do me any good, but I'll take Harbinger. The Rogue, or these two are basically going to be not needed. All of this is going to be essentially not needed. And let's see if we can make this Harbinger work here. Maybe I can move my the engine, the whatchamacallit, tessellating Omega reactor. Maybe I can move that over to Axon instead in this next round. I'm sure it would love to have a little bit more shields, but with both of my Harbingers being rather low, this is their time to shine. Ranger's going to get immediately popped. But can the Axon clean this up? It's stuck on this Damatipo. But at least the laser went into my Archie, but this overtime I think is gonna probably kill me, isn't it? Yeah. Had that actually gone all the way, I think I would have had that. Pop open to level 5. Let's get Hetty in here. I need the Scion. I need the Fleesh there for the sake of Harbinger. Maybe I just take Archie out until it evolves. So I can get 5 Bulwark. Finding that Lynx makes things complicated, for me at least. Nature or water? Nature, water. Let's go for nature. Blue. Come on down. Okay, let's spread out. Something like this. Well, 5 nature like that. Well, not 5 nature. I wish it was 5 nature. 5 bulwark, so there we go. We've got that reflective damage. We don't have any sustain right now, so that is going to hurt us. The only sustain is going to be the nature buff itself. But with the Harbinger attached to this, the Ranger and the Axon should be able to make up for the damage. And that is a solid win there. They're not fast wins by any means, because I don't necessarily have damage, but at least the tanks are able to get the job done. And I like this, actually. Make that switch. Okay, so now, with my Scion actually being a bit of a tank and a Harbinger, this could actually work out quite nicely. But I need to actually start leveling up. Maybe I'll pick up an Atlas and throw it. 2. How many Atlases do we have on the board? Last B game over does have one. Is that it, though? The potential of maybe running into an Axodon is there, but I don't want to focus that, per se. Alright, we're looking good. I'm just gonna bulldoze on through. Slowly but surely. And now we have 75, and we actually found another mammoth. Wonderful. So from the next rounds moving on forward, I can start putting my interest into my levels. But then in terms of what my actual carries are going to be, they've not been decided, but I don't think they have to be decided right now. Like, let's see here. I want to see the battle, but at the same time I need to study here. Like, fighters is probably out of the question. The lack of levels is what's going to kill me off here, it looks like. It could potentially be a Scoriox. I don't see a single Fury yet. Fire Buckler instead, maybe? That's something I maybe want to do? I don't think so. Reflected damage, or the tankier version. I need the tankier version, I think. Leveled up a little bit. I think I will bring in the Lynx just for a little bit of firepower for this fight in particular. Just to try and shred at some of these weaker units in the back line. Yeah, it takes care of the Lynx. Now we're on to the Scions. This is looking alright. A decent enough little spread so that not any one target is truly being focused until the Caribou taunts. And we'll whittle them down. And another drone level 1, eh? There's resistances, there's pure damage. Yeah, it's just the attack speed. It doesn't feel very good, but I mean, better than nothing in this instance. Let's cleanse the Lynxes, get the Klings on board. Make the replacements here. Not going for toxic, so I don't mind replacing Caribous. Part of me still isn't necessarily convinced of which carries to go for. I did pick up the foe. I still do see the potential for maybe some sort of Arcanite shenanigans. Strike Crate is a nice pick. Do I want Hyperforce or percentage? I think percentage. This will be... Oh, I didn't get the one that I wanted, unfortunately. Go for the shielding one. Give that to foe. Lynx, you can go. Have you run away down that way? I have so much credits. What am I doing? Let's give you a dive buddy. Or not a dive buddy, but an additional tank of sorts here with this Lyra. Lynx, go away. You're fine. Thank you for your service. With the way this shaped up, my foe could not do anything. That's kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, we got murked on that one. Let's see. Let's try to get up to level 8 at least. So I can start searching for 3s, 4, or tier 3, 4s, and 5s a little bit more consistently. There's that. Put you over here. Don't necessarily have a perfect answer in terms of another alluvial to put on. Guess it'll have to be Archie. And then there is the one rogue. That you go there like that. Kling will catch the Ramphie and the rest of these couple of rogues. Foe can come on and join to try and take out some of these rogues as well. Not sure how long they'll last though. They're going to get completely blown up. Brutal stuff coming out here from Soda. But now we need to start actually searching for things. We're down into the 30s in terms of our health pool now. What do I need in fight? I have a lot of alluvials, but they are not strong by any means. There's one. Not to mention I don't have any healing. Garabok coming on through. Okay, there's a decent pickup. Furiox is here, which is nice. One foe. Need some damage. Get that dash down. Of course, you're going to turn away. Right at the wrong moment, unfortunately. A close fight. A very close fight. Hang on, Axon. You're so close. Ah, charmed into a Rampy. That hurts. Okay, so that's a star. Forest is here now. This now gives me Bloom. Blooming Behemoth? Or Bloom Colossus, potentially. Yes. See if we can maybe take this rake down. The forest is going to ignore it, but everybody else should be able to turn and burn. Good shot there from the forest. It's getting a lot of shots through Omega-wise. If it's not focused, we might be able to still win this one. Uriok still slowly but surely firing on through. Forest, there we go. Takes down one, takes down a second one. But please let Twine tank. Okay, not clean, but it worked. This took way too long to find, but Archie is here. Bloom is only for Malura, so am I really going to actually be able to find Malura? That is the question here. I highly doubt it. Aegis is back online, though, now, since we did finally find Archos. We might give it a try. Scoop these, scoop these, scoop these. Synergy. Shield, please, yes. Okay, fighter class to help boost all of my damage output. Let's now bind use two together. That is Bloom and Aegis. On through means we can now put Forest something like this. Uriok's still within range. There's the resonator. Something like that. We want to keep that kind of the way it is. Bang, bang. There we are. Some HP towards the Cling is fine. And let's see. Bloom and Aegis with a fighter alongside that Forest. It's immediately going to have to tank this Vermilio. It's going to be annoying, but we should be able to clean it up before it actually takes down our DPS. Thankfully, their carry, the Riptorus in the corner, is still stuck, so only finally getting into the fight now. The Bloom is going to help me with my lack of sustain currently, keeping Forest in this game. And we shall hold on for another round. Soda actually is going to be the first to drop in this game, so a knockout as we see yet another Stage 1 set of drone augments. I'm just going to take lightning speed. Don't think the Lura is going to be of you really in this scheme now. Better off doing something like this. How much to level? 30? Try this one more time. Something like this. Just hang on, and the level will be in the next round, probably. Hopefully the forest goes around, or around in this way. Actually, it's going to help him deal with Lura. That's okay, that's fine. Lura's not going to do too much damage right now. And it's just messing with Archos. That could be much worse. Get in there, Forest. The tank line is there for you. Valera gets shunted on through. First the Ranger. Close. Now he took it out. There we go. That charm, the second time around, though, that made it problematic. But all of my damage, of course, is onto Forest instead of Furiox. If it does go down, it's a problem, but we are going to be able to do it. There we go. 2 foes. I think I just do this, the 1-for-1 trade. Pick up the foe. Let's level up one more. A lot of rogues coming on in, including a Malura. Something like this, I suppose. Potentially this could work. The rogues really aren't doing too much to foe as of this moment, so I think we're okay. Where's Ramp Fight? All the way on the left-hand side. That's alright. Did my foe somehow die? Was that the gorilla that came through? That's a problem. That's frustrating. Rogue Squad absolutely destroyed us. Oh, and that's enough to kill. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Literally exactly enough. And I had so much in the bank, I did not think I was going to die that turn. Somehow got 4th, though, so okay, I'd be around the top half. But I'm kicking myself, absolutely kicking myself. Because, yeah, Fickle Bite could have gotten eliminated. And I would have had enough credits at level 9 to start looking for Phosphorus. But that Rogue Squad coming out from Control Alt Yeet, just, well, appropriately so, just yeeted me out of that lobby. The faster games are cool, though. I do like this. It's definitely a little bit to get used to. Because, like, I didn't feel threatened. That's the weird thing, like, my alarm isn't going off. I feel like I still have plenty of rounds left. When in all reality, I'm right around the corner from death. It's a good thing, because, like, we were able to comfortably squeeze in 2 games within an hour. When normally it would take about an hour 15. Now we're just going to get situated here with our Illuvium 0 cooldown lap. Should pop up here in just a second. There we are. So I've got a couple of different, or across my plots, I have a few different transducers doing some work. Eventually, like I was saying, I would love to be able to get a bunch of my plots with their blueprints uploaded into the wallet so that I could have a big skin making stream. Maybe give some skins away to some viewers and whatnot, some newcomers maybe as well. That's the idea that's in my head anyway. It does depend on what else is going on. But by sending these skins through the transducers, I'm actually needing to make sure I'm on top of gathering all of my resources. Have enough for everything. On repeat, let's see. So again, we need some tier 3 biodata. I need the Blotto, I need the Monarch, and I need the Vermiliere. If I get those 3, my tier 3 biodata collection is complete. Then in regards to the blueprints, I am trying to get what I'll show off here in a second, assuming this doesn't break anything. But I have right here my blueprint checklist, of course. Let me make sure it's properly sized so that you all can see. But you'll see along the right-hand side, you'll see where it says combo. So I'm looking for 1 drone and 1 suit of each alluvial. Currently, I am very, very close, actually, of completing the tier 1 sets. There's a lot of Earth alluvials, though, that I am currently missing that are a part of some of these blueprint plans. So if we can hit a couple of those, that'd be absolutely remarkable. Would love to be able to make some progress here on Zero today. Let's start with the scanners. Not going to find that on the first one. Second, and that is all that got me excited there for a second. But it is Lilura. We do already have Lilura. So I'm happy to have it onto another plot. That just means when it comes to getting the research done later, it's going to be faster. But it is not new. It's not going to progress our tier 3 collection. Nothing from the final 2 scanners, unfortunately. Caradullox, can we finish it off yet? Nope, not quite. Revo, got a fact. Got a fact. Got a fact. But no actual blueprints. So Halcyon C is going to wind up skunking me here today, but that's all right. We got plenty of others. We have now Abyssal Basin. The 3rd plot I have ever owned. I have enough to actually replenish. No, actually. I'm going to need to turn one scanner off, I think. Off. I am just 3 fuel short to actually be able to make that happen. But in terms of the scanning, we can still see results. Let's see. Scanner, nothing here. 2. The Nimble Ember links, we already do have all the linkses. Blotto is here! There we go! One more off the board! The first Blotto in the collection. Let's go check that one off. There we go, right down here. Secured. We have the Blotto. Today, we will not be completely skunked. One of my favorite alluvials here. We are going to be getting its biodata. So that's 2 more tier 3s now, and then the whole collection is ours. In regards to some blueprints, let's see if we can find anything. Not today, but I'm happy to just get the Blotto. That was kind of huge. I will gladly accept that. Gather all resources, and let's get back into the next one. Second plot I've ever owned, of course, Shard Bluff. Do I have... Oh, I am nowhere near close to having enough fuel here for this plot. Of course, that is the bottleneck of tier 1s. Definitely bite ya. I will have to, I believe, turn some of these blueprints for these research labs off. I'll refuel today and tomorrow, or I'll refuel today so I can have these ready for stream again Wednesday. But we can still scan for the time being. Can we find Monarch? Can we find Vermilier? Not today. How about some of these blueprints? We got a fact. We do get a blueprint. It's actually for the arcane links. Happily snag that one. So that is the exosuit. Arcane links, check. Which is a combo completed. So we have nearly all of the middle evolutions for links, a suit and drone combo. Which again, of course, I can't actually do anything with just yet. But I'm happy to have it. I have one scanner that actually inadvertently ended up going anyway. And I need to send... That may not even necessarily be enough, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get this plot up and running for Wednesday's stream. The last one that does have research involved, Taiga Boreal. I've got 3 transducers cooking. We have just enough fuel to the point where I don't think I have to turn anything off. So this is good. quick. Okay. These ones, of course, can also scan for tier 3. Let's see if we can find some. Not the first one, or second. Not quite. Nope, one more try. Not this time. But what about blueprints? Nothing on the first two. Exalted Gorilla's gonna find a fact. But we are gonna get skunked out here today. I mean, still some progress made overall here on the collection by finding that Blotto. One more step towards full tier 3 completion. At least in regards to biodata. But we're not going to be able to finish it off just yet. Not yet, not now. We'll have to try again tomorrow on some of these plots, and then for sure on Wednesday, we'll have to give it another shot. This plot, of course, is my burn station, which essentially is what allows me to do those overworld runs in the first place. Always send them off. That one's good. And then my two newer ones. Got both of these little guys at the same time. I'm currently trying to build up storages on these. Because if I'm going to have to send off eventually a blueprint to complete the challenge of how long does it take to get a new plot to get its first blueprint, I do need to send it through the transducer, which costs, I think, 2 million resources of each type. And I did not have enough storage to actually do that, so I have to do that part. Do we end up finding it this time? It's gonna tease me. It's a fact, of course. Almost, but not quite. And this one will just keep on going through. I'll have to attend to those storages in a little bit. And the final one, which is probably going to be my first plot dedicated towards training gyms when that comes out. Just trying to get it established, get it to its final Nexus level. I'm very, very close. I just have to get to 160 fuel, which is just a waiting game, waiting on my extractor. It's only level 3, unfortunately, but I'm kind of just trying to rush this thing. Could definitely get at a higher level by now if I wanted to, but I'm at least attending to it, I think, fast enough to where it doesn't hurt me, per se. Chop down some trees, and we shall call it there. Oh, of course, big thank yous, everybody, for tuning in, hanging out with me here this Monday morning. Pretty productive day overall. Finding the Blotto was definitely a highlight of the day in regards to my collection. Finding that tier 3 biodata was absolutely fantastic. So again, 2 more left to go to complete the collection. We did have, of course, 2 games there in the arena, for it's obvious I still have some work to do in regards to ranking up. Still feel like I'm rather behind, but what I will say, it's still very, very fun, and I hope that everybody else is enjoying their time on the new patch as well. And last but not least, we did manage to find the one Axodon, which did allow us to make the drone skin there for the Mozart. So we were able to get that part of the collection also upgraded. Still got lots of work to do. I'll be back in action on Wednesday, where we probably do something rather similar in terms of order. Because I still do want to get the Axodon suit, but I need at least another 1, maybe 2 Axodons. Because of the 3 that I currently have, they're 2 hollow ones, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of a hollow one. So we'll have to try and see if we can find maybe 1 or 2 more of those Axodons, see if we can get that suit and then continue our biodata hunts. Maybe hop into the hop into some ranked as well. Of course, hopping in to find the biodata, and then we'll have to see if maybe we can take a look at some data before we even get into the arena itself, because I do like to see what the, I guess, the meta, what the most powerful compositions are going into IPL weekends, and especially since this is the first part of the World Championships, I'd love to have a better idea and help inform everybody as to what we can expect going into Saturday and potentially Sunday. Because, of course, the Illuvium Pro League World Championships, it starts this weekend. With that being said, I shall be calling it a day here. Back to the video editing gulag here for myself. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you had a fantastic time. If you want to come hang out again, you have not done so already, whether it be following on Twitch or be subscribing on YouTube, I would love to hang out with you one more time or another time sometime down the road, potentially maybe even Wednesday. So without further ado, that'd mean the world to me if you could, and I will see you on Wednesday.